Break number 670. We have another case of extended. See if we can beat our last one here. Yeah, here are your teams. This is a pick your team one again. Teams are on screen here. We will be doing more Friday. So we'll have a pick your team and some more randoms Friday. So yeah, same price as today. So if you're interested, feel free to click that link in the description below. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get into this case. Let's see if we can beat what we pulled last case. I'm opening it top down this time. Maybe it'll give us better luck. Oh, that's some stiff cardboard. Alright. Oh, sorry, I just whacked the mic. Let me move that out of the way. Never mind, it just wants to live down here. Ugh. I suck at doing this part. There we go. That's why you go top to or bottom to top most of the time. Alright. Middle. Left. And what we're going to do this break is keep track of all the first round rookies and the young guns in their own separate pile. So then I know how many we pull because we should get 72. The checklist odds are a little bit messed up, so feels like they didn't update the young guns, or they kept the young gun pull rate the same as previous years, but they just didn't have the same amount. Because I believe on the back, it's, yeah, base set young guns and first round rookies combined to fall 1 and 2. I wonder what the, like, legal implications of that are if they, if the odds are incorrect on that. Probably nothing, but... Alright, let's have some fun. Then I'm going to try and get this sorted and dropped off or shipped out tomorrow, depending on what your method is. Yeah. Here we go. Forsberg for the Predators. Besser, Weisblatt. William Karlsson, Murashov, and Markstrom for the Devils. Rinzel, Stutzla, and Vasilevsky on the... We just pulled that one. On the power plays. Here. And I'm just going to start sleeving and top loading the youngins as we go along here. Be a little bit slower of a break, but it just lets me keep track of that. Because I'm now officially curious. Jimmy Snuggerud on the first round rookie. Ryan Leonard and Gavrikov. Schneider, Braden Coots, and Yanni Neiman on the power play Speckle. Nazer, Tom Villander, and Emmett Finney on the Young Gun canvas. Nice Young Gun canvas there, and then that was all just base stuff. Cool. Oh, was that a... No, it wasn't. Okay, cool. Didn't think it was, but... Yeah. I like to try and do things, like, consistently, you know? Like, enough to have some time to talk, but not too slow that it's, like, drags on, so... Because I also need sorting time too, right? And then I need to go get food in me because it's already 1:09 and my stomach gets a little bit upset if I don't eat at my regularly scheduled hours. And nobody likes an upset stomach. And I have 10 more boxes of this to open up for the store. Here we go. Dalabir, Brady Martin, Granlund on the black and white canvas. Elias Salomonson for the Jets, Noah Ostlund, and Braden McNabb. Nathan McKinnon, Michael Misa, and Nikishin on the 1999 rookie update. The Four Nations are just part of the base set. So if it's the regular base one, it doesn't get shipped. If it's like a canvas or a like clear cut or deluxe or outburst, it gets shipped. Because they're essentially just base cards, and these were just base cards, so they're not short printed or anything. And yeah, Oliver Moore, Demidov, Kindle, Lane Hudson, Matthew Wood, and Arvid Soderblom. I'm really messing up my piles here. Nichushkin, Klattenberg, and Axel Sendin Palika. Means I'm going to need another pack of top loaders, but that's okay. So far we got 2 and 4. So that box was fine. I needed something to divide this. By the way, the last break is uploaded onto YouTube if you're in that and want to watch through it. Yeah, because we were missing the Schaefer first round rookie and then a couple Young Guns last time. So, and then Fulton brought up that they combined to fall 1 in 5.2 per box. So I'm wondering if they just messed it up and kept the Young Gun ratio the same as previous years of extended, but they shrunk the first round rookies. And that'd be honestly like a decently big mess up, because that means you're getting on average 0.8 Young Guns less per box. So times that by 12, that's roughly what, 10? Leo Carlson, Butietz, and Donato. Nikishin, Dalabir, and Matt Roy on the exclusives to 100. Jakai, Dobson, and Svechnikov. 3, 4, 5. Shesterkin, Ozzy Weisblatt, and Adam Fantilli. Ovechkin, Easton Cowan on the first round rookies, and Bobrovsky. Point, Caulfield, and Jesper Bratt. There's a Cowan first round rookies, so that gives us 3. So 1 in 10 is 144 packs, so we should end up with what, 14.4. Where's a decoy or something? Oh, I can do a spreadsheet. Hang on. 10, 11, and 12. So we had 2 and 4. We so far have 1 and 2. Yeah, our red ochre streak ended last case, but we did get the acetate, so there's at least that. We got that going for us, which is nice. All right, let's see something cool. Gabe Perreault, Troy Terry, Howard Chuck on the black and white canvas. That's a very cool card for the Jets. Again, old school Jets, stay with the Jets, as listed in the break description. Normally, cards follow the franchise, but at this point, those two kind of go together. That's just a Barkov. Jack Devine, Hellebuck, and Brock Besser. Connor Bedard, Sam Rinzel, and Koivunen to $4.99 on the rookie reflections. Matthew Wood, Jimmy Snuggerud on the first round, Dylan Guenther. Matt Duchene, Alexander Barkov, and dude, where's Makar? Taylor's version. I will stop saying that eventually on the outburst. Taylor Makar outburst for the Avs. And then Besser, Tom Verlander, and Nikishin to round out that box. There we go. Yeah, we used to not do that, especially in products where like the Coyotes were weaker. Because they were weaker for a while, right? Some of these corners on the young guns are not great this year. But like also explicitly call it out. But now it's just like there's so few old school Jets cards now, whereas before there was a lot. And also try and combine the two teams when there's old products. So I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So 4 and 2 again. So we're still maintaining the same ratios as previous years. Man, if we maintain the same ratios as previous years, that's... I don't think that'll stay true, right? It shouldn't, because that just means it's... The first round rookies are overprinted, comparatively. But yeah, something doesn't add up right now. My own worst company, or my own worst enemy. This is box 040404. If you're ever not going to find a card in a box, it'll be this one. Man, this is be spicy if there's some odds messed up, but probably I'll have to go multiple cases too. It could just be some cases are one-offs. You got a couple Danielson Young Guns, but nothing. I would say like nothing major off the top of my head for the Red Wings. We pulled the best day of the cup, which is the Gustav Forsling one. Stützle, Sam Reinhart, Nikolai Ehlers for the Hurricanes. It's been great. Jakai, Neiman, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Barzal for the Islanders, Boutietz, and then Green. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perek, Divine, and Matthews. I do not ship all the base cards. But, yeah. Troy Terry, Gabe Perreault, and Provorov. They get, I forget what happens to them, but I dropped them off and they get repurposed somehow. Hellebuck, Thompson, and Braden McNabb. I don't know. I just bring them in boxes and, oh man. So when we first used to do breaks, there were so many people that requested them that it's like, okay, we'll do them. And I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's just like, it's just too much. Yeah, like some of them get given away. Some of them I think like get, excuse me, but I'm not sure. So I know if I see like kids in the street or something like that, that sounds weird. But like if there's kids that come by or like there's like know a hockey card collector that's younger, I'd give them some. So always fun because they'll enjoy them. Most people won't, but. Rantanen, Doc, and a sizzle reel to 199 of Rasmus Dahlin. On the back, 63 of 199. But yeah, when we first started, so many people requested it that like it just became too much of a nightmare. And like my sorting time for a break would legitimately be like full day for Series 1, Series 2. Because the people that didn't request it, like you still have to sort all the base cards out. So you just like automatically sort them by team. Laine, Cowan on the first rounds. Askarov. But like we'll gladly help out if you need a specific card or two, but yeah. Allen on the Winter Classic, Eichel and Cowan. We'll put that there. Close enough. Hunter Skinner, McKinnon, and Hellebuck. Rasmus Dahlin, Nate Danielson, Nick Suzuki. Alright, this could be the first one where we see it come through. Tyler Seguin on the Understood the Assignment. Nice little Fowler young gun there. Kadri for the Flames. Alright. So we only hit one first round rookie there. Yeah. I cannot wait for my kid to get into card collecting, dude. I'm so excited for that. We hit one Fowler. Skinner. Did we only hit 4 there? Or did we hit 5? 2, 3. No, we hit 5. Four. Nice. Fulton, do you like the changes that they did with them this year? Less of them and then the game photos. I personally like it. It's just better. I think there are too many in the past. But okay, that's 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I'm grabbing boxes in random order. Don't question me. But I think the odds are going to stay pretty equal. Yeah, that's fair. I like Young Guns from a prospecting perspective. It was better back in the day where like you could actually, you know, the secondary tier of players were actually valuable. I don't like how much of it is just tied up in the like superstars and how much of the valuation goes there because I don't know. I think we're glossing over a lot of really good players as a like community. But it is what it is. I mean even 1920 2021 was also another good year for it too. Until Extended came out. Really, once 2020-21 Extended came out, the whole thing changed. Michael Misa, the checklist. So again, as per usual with checklists, if we hit 2 versions of them, both people will get one. If we only hit one, it'll be a random. If we hit a higher end parallel, like a high gloss, or say we hit the gold outburst of it, for example, we'll random off the better one, the loser will get the worst one type of thing. Do it fairly. Booyah. Just, you know, keep it consistent across every single time we've done breaks. Fantilli, Leonard, and Connor Clifton. Celebrini understood the assignment. Cadden. And Gabe the Babe Perot. Yeah, it's honestly crazy. Like, even 200 a box is wild. I mean, that's what this break ended up selling for, and like I was prepared for it to go for less type of thing. Leonard, Perec, Morrissey on the clear cut. Like, it is a lot for flagship. Reed Schaefer, Moore, and Kairu. But if it's what the market is, right? Like Matthews, Oslin, and Kaskamaki to 250 on the deluxe. Yeah, I'd love to see the big ones get hit quickly too. I think it'd just be a little bit healthier. But I don't know how much it dropped prices still, right? Like, the hockey card prices in general are going up because every other product is a lot more expensive now, right? Like, every other sport's pretty expensive. Pokemon is hard to get your hands on. And if you, like most people going into shops, it's like, well, if I want to open something, it's like, oh, maybe, wow, hockey is so cheap compared to other sports. But let's look at what the secondary market's doing. Oh, wow, some of these players sell really well. And so we're, like, I've definitely seen some of that. But, yeah. Yeah, like, I don't think it dropped too much. I mean, we came out at 180 Canadian. I think we're, like, cheapest at the market on release day, about, like, $20 type of thing. Pedersen, Moore, and Darlene. Velarde. Triniev. And Devontae's. Just crazy how much it's gone up, right? Kyle Connor for the Jets, St. Perec, and Brock Faber. And hey, user def Konechny. Dude, there's Makar and Matthew Tkachuk on the Four Nations face-off canvas. Levshinov, Brandon Montour, and Matty Beniers. Make sure I didn't miss anything there. That's a regular Ottinger, right? Yeah. Danielle Boot, Levshinov, and Matthews. Alright, that's another 5 Young Guns and 1 first-round rookie. So it looks like the ratio is going to stay the same. They just didn't want to do the math, which, fair. It'd work out to... $5 and $1. I don't know. I can do the math at the end of the break. But yeah, your odds of a Young Gun are slightly better than 1 in 3. They're like 1 point. Wow, that. Some of those shrink wraps are really weird in this. Yeah, Fulton, it's... Yeah, we should have. Because it's like, I mean, we got 2 in some boxes, right? You get 1.2 per box. So in theory, you get, you know, Or more than that in a full case, right? I don't know. My brain's... Yeah. Yeah, Celebrezzi, I'll double check. I'm going to go through all of the base cards and double check to make sure I didn't miss anything. But if not, I'm going to rip through our case and see if we get one in our singles case, and then I'll hook you up. So because it sucks when you don't get the Young Gun, right? That's why I was curious to do this like slower process, just to see if it's consistent or not. So yeah, no problem. Again, it's flagship, right? Like, it's historically been very consistent, and so when the expectations are that it's consistent and it's not, we try and adjust for it. Shesterkin, Neiman, and Fantilli, but if it's like this moving forward, then we just can't guarantee it anymore, unfortunately. Ovechkin, Misa on the first round, and Chernyshov on the Young Gun canvas. Nice one there. And definitely a player to keep your eye on. Braden Point, Zeev Bouillon, and Slavin. Leo Carlson, there's a Nick Lardis. Was it Triniev in this box or last box? We should be at 18 in this pile. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Nice Nick Lardis there. Morrissey on the canvas for the Jets. Nikishin on the power play, Sam Rinzel, and to 333, Mikko Rantanen on the UD3s. So very SPX-y. Shane Lachance, Brady Tkachuk, and Tyler Toffoli. All right, so 2 and 1. Yeah, the other part of Extended that I'm not the biggest fan of is how they tend to highlight last year's stuff, whereas like it feels like Extended should be a set that highlights this year's, you know, excitement and events and stuff. I don't know. I feel like they should have put this out later in the year and used it as an update product. But that's my opinion. Matthew Wood, there's a Schaefer. Nice one there. Adrian Kempe. Duchesne, Nikishin, Reed Schaefer on the Outburst Young Gun. Besser, Kemlar, and Berkeley Cadden. It feels like we didn't get this crop in the last thing. Perot, Seth Jarvis, and oh my goodness. Chernyshov, clear cut Young Gun for the Sharks. Woo, that's a big one. That's a big one. What a box. Got the Schaefer, got another Outburst, so we technically are out of Outburst Young Guns. I guess there's a chance we get more, but Kaskamaki, sorry, Demidov, and Sandin. And that's just a Marino, Bedard, Kamlund, and Siniev to 1999. All right, so that's a 2 and 4. Nice. Fulton, did you see that Heineman had a retro rookie in it? And they mixed him up with Emil Hemming? And Emil Hemming is a Stars prospect who hasn't even played NHL games yet. Pretty big little miss up there. Yeah. Yeah, they've had some quirks over the years, you know. Yeah. If they were to do that as like an Easter egg thing, the C3PO error card, yeah. I think that'd actually be a kind of cool OPG Easter egg thing, is to put like a legend photo in place of a modern day player. Like, I don't know. That seems like an actual cool thing to do as a rare Easter egg. Yeah. Messier instead of Quinn Hughes. That will probably like rattle every Canucks fan. Shane Wright, Milic, John Tavares, Yanni Neiman, Miro Heiskanen. Oh, we got our first killer keepers. Vejmelka for Utah. I thought these were supposed to be numbered, weren't they? But not numbered. They're same as the Acetate Young Guns though. No, unannounced? Okay. I thought on the sell sheet that they were numbered, but Otto Stenberg, Strome, and Curtis Douglas on the Canvas Young Guns. Suzuki, Demi, and Philip Gustafsson. Brady Tkachuk, Zeef, and Marco Rossi. That's really funny. Jacques Hughes, Seneca, and Brady Tkachuk. Stenberg's going to be interesting to see if he hits at the NHL level. Big Kurt. All right, there's 3. Then we'll be at the halfway point after this, where I will, reduce the insert stack. I honestly, Straight Vintage was messaging me about this. I'm shocked they're not higher than what they are right now. Especially like DA's price for SPA pre-orders was $40 more than extended. Gustafson, McAvoy, DeBrincat on the black and white. Like, yeah, just shocked they're not higher right now, given what everything's done. Ryan Leonard, Wolf, and Rupe. Rasmus Dahlin, Dalibir, and Perek. I'll put Perek there. Dude, it's funny because the cup back then was still like, and for a while, even when it was like $500, $600 a tin, by the case, it was actually still a really good bang for your buck product. Like, you could consistently churn cases for, if you're just looking to make your money back, you could consistently churn cases and do that. Cadden, Akhtimov, and Crosby. Crosby for the Penguins, Berkeley Cadden, and Jake Allen for the Devils. Alex Tuck, Luca Pinelli, and Ville Koivunen. Which is wild to think about, right? But it makes... I mean, like, this year's prices are insane. I looked up the price for 24-25 the other day, and it's like, it's tripled, man. Like, I don't know what 25-26 is going to be, but probably too dang much. Alright, that is 5 and 1. So yeah, it just looks like they didn't update the odds on the checklist. I don't know, but like when you get to the non-niche players in football and stuff, like, or the non-major players, it's also, I think, similar, in my opinion at least. Like, your secondary rookies sell a little bit relative to the box prices. But, yeah. Alright, final 6 boxes of the day. Yeah, I mean, $250 US. Like, they were $400 Canadian for a while. Heck, you could have bought... We actually... Back in, like... COVID, like when COVID first hit, we bought a case from like distribution for like that price of 17, 18. And it was like, yeah, it's a good price for it. Like, everything's going up. It's surely gonna go up, and it did. I still honestly wish we had some kicking around, but Fulton, you know what product I miss? I miss old in the game stuff, man. Like, back when they did Superlative. Yeah. I had Volume 3. My box had Lemieux Skate Lace 1 of 1, a Gordie Howe auto. I forget. I think my worst card in it was like a Brendan Dillon rookie jersey auto. And then I got my redemptions. They were like Russian 6 players, and then I forget what the other one were. Like, it was, yeah, it was like a $400 whatever box, but such a sick box. Oh, my other redemption was a card that has a Matt Sundin Canucks jersey card in it. I still have that one. But, like, the box is so good that I knew someone that was a Lemieux collector and gave him the Skate Lace 1 of 1 just like, hey, thanks for, like, because he drove me a little bit. It's like, hey, take this. So, Hagel, Rantanen, and Parekh on the Awesome. Aktimov, Tavares, and Chandler Stevenson. Marner, Snuggie, Ehlers. But yeah, old in the game stuff was like legitimately fun. Brady Martin, Tristan Brose, and Leon Draisaitl. Also 2010-11 Panini Dominion. Honestly, looking back on it, those early Panini products got such a bad rap for what they were. Horvat, Carlson, Braden Point for Tampa Bay on the Outburst. They did a lot of innovation. Seth Jarvis, Chernyshov, nice young gun there, and Parekh. I don't know. I like products that are fun. Same with like in the game Ultimate. Nice. Yeah, their old CHL stuff was also really good because it had like the mix of game use memorabilia. They did a really good job curating their checklists. Yeah. Like, I guess Upper Deck CHL SP Game Use comes out next week. 2013-14 Panini Contenders. Yeah, I miss Contenders as well. Yeah. And then actually Panini Score. Like any old Panini Score stuff is super fun. I opened up so much Score because like some of it was a really good value product and it was cheap and affordable. Kopitar, Bouillon, Jake Sanderson Deluxe. Kucherov, Luca Pinelli, Alexei Protas. Beckett Seneca, Kucherov, and another Demidov rookie update to 1999. Leonard first round rookie. Schaefer on the UD3, and a canvas of Nick Suzuki. There we go. Nice. Oh, another in-the-game product that I loved was Captaincy. Logan Cooley, Jimmy Snuggerud, and that's going to be a playoff variation, I believe, of Timo Meier. Yeah. Opened up a lot of that. Lundell, Milic. Well, opened up. I joined a lot of breaks for that. And DeBrincat. Nice. Yeah, they were fun products because like you also got the Legends mixed in there. I was sad when they lost their license and like kind of switched to everything. I don't remember the full story, but like didn't they get essentially bought out by Leaf or? Nowadays, I don't even think they'd be able to exist as well, because, oh no, I guess you can get autos outside of the Alumni Association, so. Another fun product from back in the day was Panini Classics. That product was so cheap for I think it was like 6 autos per box, and like, yeah. That was 1 and 5. We have 5 boxes left. That's correct. Instead of the meme of remembering some nudes, remembering some hockey card products. There's an addictive basketball game out there. It's 82-0.com. And you essentially like get random stuff and try and make your team go 82-0. Very fun. The first half so far, I think you've got like a Fowler young gun, maybe 2. Nothing major off the top of my head. Here, I can check on the Fowler. I think you've got like your Demidov first round too. But oh, I need to keep that separate before I forget. You got a couple of Jakais. Yeah, you got one Fowler. And a couple of Jakais, a Fowler. I just need to keep that separate so I don't lose track of that. All right. McDavid, there's a Seneca first round. Kamel. It's a good black and white coming up. It's going to be a big random. Tavares for the Leafs. Kyle Connor for the Jets. Black and white Young Gun checklist of Misa and Schaefer. That'll be a pure random. Braid, on our online server, we don't have any on Whatnot. There'll be a little bit more on Whatnot just because there's some extra stuff involved. But 180 on our website. Oh, you have both teams? Beautiful. Thank you for making my life easier. And your life easier. No random needed. The words every breaker loves to hear. Engstrom, Draisaitl, and Kreider. Jimmy, Carson Lambos, and Michael Misa. Ovi, Jesper Bratt, and Sam Bennett on the uppers. Man, we have pulled way too much Sam Bennett today. Matthew Tkachuk, Matthew Wood, and deluxe of UC Saros for the Predators. I'm finding the edges this year pretty rough on these. They don't have the same usual roller marks that I've been noticing, but like the edges are a little bit miscut or like just not clean cut. 1, 2, and the first round rookie. Here we go. Pack feels unusually thick, but it's fine. Just felt thick. That's a full garbage can. Clayton Keller, Braden Bowman, Seth Jarvis for the Hurricanes. We have Ryan Green, Joakim Kamel, and Ryan Leonard on the Trilogy rookie to $9.99 for the Capitals. Stephen Halliday for the Senators, Quinn Hughes for the Canucks, and Sam Dickinson Young Gun canvas for the Sharks. Sharks are having a heck of a break here. Tage, Ryan Leonard, and Jack Hughes on the All-World team. Byfield, Berkeley Cadden, Jesper Bratt. Nice Young Gun here. Really solid box. Pasta, Levshinov and UC Saros. Really solid box. Have we not hit a regular Seneca yet? I don't think so. Yeah, that was a great box for the Sharks. The Seneca's normally with his first round rookie though, yeah. Yeah, it normally is, but this time was not. 5 and 1. So we're getting a regular amounts of like young guns that we should. They still combined to 1 and 2. It's just they didn't want to do the math. All right, box 9. Again, sorry for a bit of a slower pace this time, but just trying to keep track of stuff. And honestly, this will actually speed up, I think, overall from getting the cards to people, because it's easier to sleeve and top load as I go, then I don't have to pull the cards back out again and then re-sleeve and top load and stuff. So, but given that this is the last break of the day, hopefully have most of this packed up by tomorrow, and I'll go pick up the stuff for the breaks on Friday. Gustafson, McAvoy, and Arvidsson for the Bruins. Levshinov, first round rookies. Wolf and Dobson. Rasmus Dahlin, Dalbeer, Braden Schneider on the sizzle reel to 199. 181 of 199. Levshinov. Let's even top load you. Nine, Berkeley Cadden. Daniel Boot. Nice one there. And Sidney Crosby. Crosby, Berkeley Cadden, and Scott Wedgwood. Alex Tuck, Reed Schaefer, and Ville Koivunen. Man, like so far, don't get me wrong, this case has been like, we have some really cool short print stuff. The Chernyshov as our clear cut is sick. The checklist black and white is also very sick, but it could use a little bit more heat, you know? The Killer Keepers is cool, but I don't think those are going to sell super well. Because, like, they're not super recognizable, in my opinion. I get what they were going for, trying something new, but, like, if it's that or an acetate young gun, but... I think they are all wearing the same mask, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I get what they were going for, but Shane Wright, Vancouver Giant legend Tristan Nielsen for the Avs, Nick Perbix, Yanni Neiman, Miro Heiskanen, Lev Schnall to 1999. Kuntar, Stone, and Cat and Young Guns on the canvas. Suzuki, Demidov, Provorov on the outdoor game. See, like, this is why I get so confused by the Jake Christensen one. Because, like, this is the outdoor variation. He is in his toque. Yeah, no blood allowed. Fun fact. In doing promo marketing video for, like, NHL video game stuff, you couldn't have a player landing a punch. Brady Tkachuk, Borgo, Rasmus Dahlin. Because the NHL doesn't want violence in their marketing materials, but also does. Jack Hughes, Seneca, Jason Robertson. It is really weird. Definitely a quirky league. Yeah, I wish they revived the mask cards as well. It's just such a slam dunk to do that, right? But Dave, it's for flagship, it's fine. It's gonna come down to how good the Young Guns are and like how many Easter egg inserts you get that you like. But yeah, like it's flagship. The price it's at is high, but everything else is high. So it's one of those just like, yeah. Again, SPX is one of the best products they came out with in a while because that price point was really affordable. Cards were nice. I'm scared for SP Authentic, I'm not going to lie. Like, I hope that product maintains a relative level of normalcy. Yeah. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, those cards are very cool. But, like, you should never go into the box to expect to pull it. And, like, Fulton, I think we would have seen a slight price increase anyways. Like, I think this would have been, you know, probably, like, a 175-ish Canadian product after the jump in Series 2, but... And you guys want to not... Honestly, man, like... I don't think anyone has any idea. Yeah, I mean, 150 USD to CAD is what, like 200. So if it was, so it'd be like 122 US is what I was talking, like the reference that I was kind of going for. Somewhere's in that range, like 120 to 130. So like $20 less type of thing. But yeah, no, there's still 2 more boxes after this. They're just over in the side here. Yeah, 23-24 is a weird one. That one also had a higher print run. This one, like, I will say this is definitely based off, like, the frequency of us hitting exclusives and deluxes. Is definitely less than Series 2 for a print run. 2020-21 is $50. That's, like, $45 too much. But you can get 21-22 up here pretty regularly for like 55, 60. Crosby, Cadden, McKinnon on the canvas. Oslin, Makar, Kindle. I will say, like, it is quality-wise a little bit better than the old years. Triniev, Demidov, Olivier, but yeah, it's a lot for flagship, you know. Yeah, it's nice to see that. Blackwood, Levshinov, and Swagnificent of Brent Burns. I don't think they cut Flair enough, though. I think Fleur could have had like half of the print run it had and still be pretty popular. Or not popular, but like still maintain that same price. Zook, Dude Where's McCarr, Hudson on the canvas. Caulfield, Schaefer, Blackwood. I hope they keep print runs at this level, just because demand has gone up. But like if they start printing a lot of stuff again, I worry a little bit about where the hockey card hobby goes. I mean, like, look at how many shops got stuck with like dead stock from 22-23 and stuff, right? Like it's in 21-22 where they printed a lot, and even 23-24. Yeah, 2021 as well. Yeah, the rookie crops there. The 21-22 rookie crop I think is better than what people realize, but it just came out at a rough time. And I mean, those products were also severely hurt by the fact they came out a year to 2 years after the rookie crops were, like, the rookies were settled by the time the products were coming out, for lack of a better phrase, right? There wasn't much, you weren't as excited about your, your Philip Tomasinos, because by that point it's like, oh, he's kind of maybe not an NHLer or a fringe NHLer. Koivunen, Hedman, Olivier for the Blue Jackets. So there's other factors there, but yeah. All right, second Young Gun checklist, so no random. Beautiful. Patrick Kane on the Pros and Prospects, Granlund for the Ducks. But Leon Draisaitl, Schaefer on the Rookie Reflections, and Kindle to 199. Fire up your tablets and your e-readers, because we just got a rare Kindle. Yeah, this has been a pretty, like, meh case. It feels like we need something big here. I guess the Turner shop's pretty sick. So, Lund, Stenberg, Larkin, Faber, Kopitar, Kucherov, Jesper Bratt, Zeev, and a Kindle. Have we hit? We haven't hit a single Seneca. You like rare Kindles, yeah. We have not hit a single Seneca yet. It's 5-1. Where's the spreadsheet? 5 and 1. All right. Next box. Let's keep it rolling. Thanks, Sans. Ugh. A lot of standing today. Yeah, it's just been a quieter case. Obviously, it doesn't help that I'm not putting out all the top young guns as we pulled in, but the stack is there. That goes up there. 319 on the box number. Here we go. Schaefer, Murchison, Beckett, Seneca, Murchison on the Young Guns. Sizzlerila, Kopitar, Konechny, and Marchessault for the Predators on the Outbursty Boy. Larkin, Denver, Barkey, Woof Woof, Seneca. Nate Danielson, Ovechkin, and Matthew Schaefer holographics. There we go. Nice Schaefer. Unique, at least. I don't know how well those will end up selling. Zane Perek, Easton Cowan, Kotkaniemi, Quinn Hughes, Easton Cowan, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for the Sabres on the exclusives to 100. Just one regular Cadden, yeah. You got a couple first rounds, right? And the canvas, so it's not the worst, but yeah. I don't know why I'm putting the canvases there. I don't know. Yeah, I think one regular and the canvas, if I remember correctly, but we'll go through them after. This feels like it's just been a not a clear, yeah, there's just the canvas, but not a clear cut, yeah. So like one in a canvas is good, and a couple first rounds. There's at least one first round for sure, because I can see it. But yeah, Seattle's a pretty solid team in this. All right, Lucas Raymond, Brady Martin, Brady Tkachuk, lots of Bradys. Could say that there's a bunch of them. Nylander, there we go. We had to sweat it out for Beckett, but he showed up. Romanov wasn't built in a day. Aho, Werenski, and Celebrini Dazzlers. Put that in the sleeve and top load pile because it's Celebrini. Stamkos, Davidson, and Johnny Bauer for the Leafs. The Leafs have a lot of retired canvases in this. Most notably Dick Duff, but Buyam, Misa, and Chernyshov. Nice little Sharks pack there. Chernyshov to 1999. And Groshev, Hischier, and Zadorov. I mean, I honestly get it. I was just going to say that, like, I really hope in the future they decrease them, because I think they're losing their luster when players have had 8 of them, or however many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one here. We'll put the Seneca down. Cool canvas. All right, last box. Last box. Yeah, the gold Dazzlers are really nice. So are the black Dazzlers. They're both very nice. All right, last box. Man, I feel like that Killer Keepers is gonna take the place of like an acetate Young Gun or like a rarer insert. Charizard for sure. Mewtwo is up there. Gengar, Pikachu. Trying to think who else. I don't fully know the rest, but like those are like the big three, and then Mewtwo is definitely big. Mew is big. The card art matters a lot, I feel like, too. Some of the legendary birds, so Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. A lot. But it's the art that'll matter, right? I don't know. I think the Pokemon bubble is going to burst pretty hard one day. Personally speaking. But. Because, like, it's not that they don't print. It's not that everything's, like, super short printed. In fact, it's the exact opposite. They print a ton of product. Monahan, Borgo, JT Miller. Just that everybody wants it right now, so it's tougher to get. Kamel, Dvorsky, and is this... Yeah, the playoff photo variation of Ottinger. This super memorable card. Aspero, Dobson, and Verlander on the canvas. I love this photo. Yeah. Yeah, I think stuff like that will hold well. But Hischier, Weisblatt, and Shane Wright. Kadri, Nate Danielson. I feel like that's our first Danielson, and Adam Larson. McDavid, Caulfield, and Swayman. Yeah, the Poncho Pikachus are insane. They didn't used to be. If you had a time machine and could go back in time and just buy like all the rare Pokemon cards that are super valuable now, you'd be so rich and no one would really like second guess why. All right, last half. Last half. I think there's some cards that are a little bit more on the degenerate side of things, like that might go for a lot depending on the market, like Low Punny, for example. But I'm not an expert on it, so. All right, I want something special, man. Degenerate's not the right term to use, obviously, but like just, you know, yeah, more rare Kindles. Yeah. Hyman, Troy Terry, and Gabe the Babe Perot. Kantar, Hellebuck, and Bushnevich. That's an upside down Logan Cooley. Crosby, Brinzel, and to 25 for the Predators, Brady Martin on the power play gold. All right, that's something rare at least, but yeah. I don't like the fact that the Killer Keeper seemed to occupy that like super premium case hit slot. Yeah, Martin is good. He was doing breaks with someone today on here, right? Yeah. There's a Demi, a Levy, and a Gunther. Oh, we have a third Young Gun Outburst, so that's at least something. McAvoy, Barkov, Bogdan, Triniev. And then finishing things off, Laugh with the Vancouver Giant legend Tristan Nielsen and an Alexander Nikishin. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Nashville and Utah are going to be a little bit slept on in this just because they do have that extreme high-end hit potential of hitting those game jerseys, and those should sell well, but... All right. No randoms to do. Nice. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, so I think what happens with these cards is that you're gonna get like a Killer Keepers, an Acetate Young Gun, a UD game or like a debut game jersey, uh, like that level of rare hit in that slot, and it is the worst one to get by a mile, in my opinion. But it feels like it's gonna occupy that premium slot. Just because, like, looking at this compared to our last case, it's the only thing that's, like, different is that. So, all right, recap time. By the way, we finished up with a regular... we had 2 and then 1 and 5. Which equals 56 over 72. So you can divide it by 2. You can divide that by 4. So you have a, like... Oh, it's not... it's 144, sorry. So you have a 7 in 18 chance of getting a Young Gun is what the math works out to. Because you cannot shrink that anymore. But, alright. Roughly. Recap time. Let's go through the Young Guns and just try and pull up the big guys here. There's one Danielson. There's a Barkey. There's a Checklist. There's a Booyah. There's a Boot. There's a Cadden. There's a Zhakai. Not that he's a big guy. Vilander, Murashov. Akimov. Chernyshov. Akimov again. Another Booyah. Lardis. Another Boot. Zhakai. Fowler. So one Fowler. One or a couple Vilanders, 1 or 2 Vilanders, 1 Seneca. Or sorry, 1 Fowler, yeah. So those are all kind of like the base Young Guns with the Seneca there. First round rookies, I think we hit everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we hit all the first round rookies. We doubled up on Demidov, Snuggerud, Leonard. Did we double up on Cadden as well? Yeah, Cadden as well. Levshinov. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 15. We had 15. So that works out to... We got 57. Oh well. Yeah, it's like 1 in 7 and 18 things for the Young Guns. Other short print cards. Sorry, I'm trying to get through this. Photo variation playoff of Ottinger, Schaefer on the holographics. Meyer photo playoff variation. Kindle to 199 to 999. Magnificent of Burns. Outdoor variation of Provorov. 199 on the Schneider. Leonard to 999. Deluxe of Saros. Deluxe of Sanderson. Demidov to 1999. Perek to 499. Ranton to 399. Allen on the outdoor, Darling to 199, Koivunen to 499, Howard on the black and white retired canvas. Those are really tough to hit. Oh, we only hit 2 base parallels? No, we hit more. Vasilevsky on the playmakers, Finney canvas, Nikishin. Actually, who are our Young canvases? Finney, Villander, Bauer on the retro, Cadden, Dickinson, Douglas, and Chernyshov. So pretty good canvases. Brady Martin, a 25 sick card. We hit 3 deluxes and 2 exclusives. So, 3 Outburst Young Guns. in Triniev, Schaefer, and Makar. Black and white Young Gun canvas of Schaefer and Misa. That's not a random. Killer Keepers of Veshmelka. Brady Martin to 25. Really cool card there, but hit of the break. Got to be the Chernyshov. Young Gun clear cut. So, yeah, that's Group Break 670. We'll be live on Friday again. I'll try and get the teams posted tomorrow, probably about like 5 p.m.-ish. We'll see, but somewhere's around there. So, yeah, if you want to tag, I can try and tag you. So, take care. I'll see you all then, and I'll try and get this sorted and out as soon as possible. Thanks so much. Making sure I didn't miss anything extra. I did not. Okay, cool. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Once I find the show tools. There we go. And show. See ya.